Shot up the line. Xavier Maxted, former Thunderbird, has it. He airs it out. Alex Thomas in pursuit, and he gets a diving block off Max Shepard. Instead laces an inside up, out up to Fridella, who rips one, and he's got Beardsley all alone, and Beardsley pulls it in. But when you've got a player like Jacqueline Verjou, it's tempted just to throw it up to her, just like it's tempting to throw it right by Fridella. He goes down the line, which opens up a counter cut by Delgado. He's got it on the goal line, sends it up to Alex Thomas, and he makes it much more directing traffic. And he goes to the break side. It's sent out. He missed his intended strike cut. He tried to throw it very difficult inside out, and Sam Van Duzen does not hesitate. He rarely hesitates, especially when he sees the orange cleats of #1 Max Shepard. Company for a while. Thunderbirds go to a vertical stack, and it's a break throw, a really nice one into the corner. They definitely are going to want it in the hands of Buss or somebody at least at midfield who can get this into the end zone. Delgado sends it, and it's got the distance. There are receivers underneath it, a little jostling underneath. It's going to stay in bounds, reaching up and pulling it down. And the second chance. Hopefully they will not squander it. And there is Sam Van Duzen launching another one of those patented hucks. The wind's behind it, and Mark Fedorenko catches up to it. Referee signals he's not in. Checks it in at the goal line. Max Shepard throws it out into space, and it is tracked. A rec player, and she's going to have the opportunity to try out and be part of that program, either danger or high voltage. And she's so excited, and as her dad, I mean, been dreaming of it forever. Now, a big huck pulled down by the big man Blake, and he shuffles it off to #1, Alexander Fall. Fall looks downfield, and he finds Richards. Richards puts one up in the air. Underneath it is Christian Boxley and Fedorenko, and Boxley comes down. Mass sends it out to Van Duzen. Van Duzen throws an inside out that Fridella pulls in. That one was a tough one. Reached up, got it over his head, and he throws a high release. There's going to be a contest in the back of the end zone and a layout, and who comes up with it? Looks to me. Cut. Got a vertical stack in front of him. Little shuffle pass to a Pryor circling behind, and then he laces one. You can see Pittsburgh having to make a lot of close catches, and I think here comes another one if it's made, and it won't be. Broyles tracks it down, goes over the head of Watt. He lays out in front of the thrower, throws a scuba over the top. Thaw unaccompanied pulls that down. And then we got to throw into the end zone. This one going up for Delrico Johnson, and he is going to pull it in for a goal. Oxley has it. Marked by Fedorenko, throws a nifty inside-out backhand up to Walden, who jacks one out into space. And Richards and DC is now going to try to get an all-important win. And at this point, Max Shepard does have a man deep, and it's Sam Van Duzen. Usually that is the other way. Sam Van Duzen is the thrower. He catches it on the goal line. It popped up, and he sends one up to Fridella, who's been joined by Lou. Finds Van Duzen, and he's got a receiver deep, and you know he's going to let it go. It's going to be a race to the disc. Marcus Thaw and Ethan Beardsley, and Beardsley wins that race at DC 16, Pittsburgh 9. Mast has the disc. He's got Watt in front of him, and he finally
leading by 6.
Well, I think the Thunderbirds are unhappy, and sometimes that comes out directed at but when you're putting on a show, as you said, you don't necessarily want to see guys who are dog tired play an endless point, because they don't usually make spent before it was thrown. Swift sends one up to Johnson, who has plenty of time to catch up to it. He nicely sends it out to Reese Bergeron, and this is a play that they were drilling. That's one of their opening drills, which I like to watch from Mark Fedorenko, which is pulled down on defense by Reese Bergeron. If you look at their schedule, you've got an interesting game that I think people are going to want to tune into the stream of, maybe, and that is the last game of the season for this DC Breeze team, and that's on the 14th of July, and it's against New York.
Ottawa at 2-4, yep. And it's Philly in last place. Although they've been a competitive team this year, they're 2-5-1.
And provided that they can, we got a nice throw from